Hello everyone! Welcome po ulit sa ating Math Isip YouTube channel where you can find free Tagalog mathematics tutorial. I am your teacher Van and today tuturuan ko po kayo on solving word problems involving linear equation in one variable. But before we begin, let me just thank everyone who are supporting our YouTube channel, to our learners and to our teachers who are sharing this also, to our dear students, thank you very much. And para sa mga hindi pa po nakakapag-subscribe, I encourage you to click the subscribe button, pati na rin po yung notification bell para lagi tayong updated sa mga susunod pang mga lessons. And for our dear teachers who are interested with our PowerPoint presentations, you can check this out and message us on our Facebook page. Okay, so without further ado, let us now begin with our lesson. Okay, at the end of this video, you will be able to solve problems like, for example, number problems, geometry problems, and money problems involving linear equations in one variable. But before that, let's have first a review, okay, on linear equation in one variable. Pag sinabi po nating linear equation in one variable, it is an equation that can be written in the form ax plus b is equal to c, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a should not be equal to 0. Okay, and take note, isa lang po yung ating variable dito. And the degree is just 1, or the exponent is just 1. Examples are 3x plus 5 is equal to 11. Ano pa po? 7x minus 4 is equal to 10. We also have here x plus 2 is equal to 6. You might be wondering, asan po yung a natin dito? So yung a natin dito is just 1. So hindi na po natin kailangang isulat yung numerical coefficient. Here we also have here 5x is equal to negative 20. Wala po tayong b. Ang meron lang is a. Pero yung b natin dito actually is 0. Okay, hindi na po natin kailangang ipakita. So we only have here ax is equal to c. So which is 5x is equal to negative 20. Now if you want to remember, if you want to review our lesson on this one, you can actually watch again linear equation in one variable in our previous upload. Okay, so in our lesson for today, i-apply lang po natin yung mga natutunan natin in our previous video on solving linear equations in one variable using the different properties. So dito, i-apply natin siya in real life, like for example, solving number problems, geometry problems, money problems, and others. We are going to show you some examples later on. Okay, so let's begin with this one. A word problem involving a linear equation is a real-life situation that can be translated into an equation with one unknown. So, isa lang po yung unknown natin sa linear equation in one variable. So, ano po ba yung mga steps in solving a word problem? Let us remember the following steps. First is yung understanding the problem. So, in order for us to understand the problem, we have to read the problem carefully, i-identify natin yung mga unknown, yung mga given, and so on. Next one is to represent the unknown with a variable. So we are going to choose a variable na gagamitin natin to represent the quantities. And here, we are going to translate the condition into an equation. So if formulate lang natin yung equation para ma-solve natin yung variable. So yes, yung fourth stage or fourth step natin is to solve the equation using yung mga methods na natutunan natin, which is yung properties of equality. And then number 5, of course, is to check. Okay, i-double check natin yung sagot. And then we will interpret the answer na tinatanong ng problem doon sa mismong word problem. Okay, kung ano yung tinatanong, yun ang kailangan nating sagutin at the end of the solution. Okay, now let's proceed to our first example. We have here the sum of two consecutive integers is 27. Find the numbers. So, this is an example of a number problem. So, ano ulit yung mga step natin? We have to reread the problem and identify the unknown quantity. So, here, we know that the unknown is numbers that are consecutive. Anong klaseng numbers? Integers. Okay, so we are going to look for two consecutive integers. So in our solution, first we have to represent the quantity. That is step 2. To choose a variable to represent the unknown. So we will be using x. So let the first number be equal to x. Pwede naman nating gamitin ng ibang letters, but in our lesson for today, we will just be using yung common na ginagamit natin, which is variable x. And what else? Yung second number naman, the next number will be x plus 1. Bakit siya x plus 1? Because they are consecutive. Ibig sabihin magkasunod. And since we are dealing with integers, ano bang kasunod ng first na integer? Dadagdagan lang natin ng 1 to have the second integer. Alright, so this is step 2. Step 3 is to formulate now the equation. So ano ang equation na mabubuo natin using this? Let's go back to the problem. Sabi dito is the sum of two consecutive integers is 27. Meaning if this is the first integer x and then this is the second integer x plus 1, we just need to combine or add so that yung kanilang sum ay 27. So the equation will be the first number x plus the second number which is x plus 1 and then it will be equal to 27. Yun na po yung ating equation. And we are now ready for step 4 which is to solve. Okay? Una, isosolve muna natin yung first number since dalawa yung hinahanap natin. So in our equation, we can actually simplify this out. Since plus naman po ito, you can just remove the parenthesis here. So we have here x plus 1 is equal to 27. Now, in order for us to get the value of x here, we can first simplify. Meron pa ba tayong pwedeng i-combine dito na similar terms? Yes, we can add these two similar terms. X plus x will be 2x. Okay, plus 1 is equal to 27. Now, our goal is to separate, i-isolate natin si x dito sa isang side ng equation, yung variable, and then the rest of these numbers, ilalagay natin sa right side of the equation. So, ano muna ang pwede nating tanggalin dito? We can remove 1 here. Using what property? Yes, we will be using the subtraction property of equality by just subtracting itself. So 1 minus 1 magiging 0 na po siya, no? Matatanggal siya. Then of course, kung ano yung ginawa natin sa isang side, gawin din natin dito sa isa pang side. So we have here 27 minus 1 then it will now be 26. So naiwan si 2x dito, so we have 2x is equal to 26. Now, let's rewrite it here. Okay, now, paano natin tatanggalin yung number which is 2, the numerical coefficient here which is 2, para ang maiwan lang is si x. Okay, yes, we are going to use the division property of equality which is to divide 2 by itself para maging 1. O, hindi po 0 ha, magiging 1 siya. And then, nag-divide tayo ng 2 dito sa left side. Mag-divide din po tayo ng 2 sa right side. So, 26 divided by 2 will be 13. Our answer is x is equal to 13. Well, this is just for the first number. Now, how about the second number? So, let's solve for the second number. Since our representation is x plus 1, madadagdagan lang ng 1. So, let us just substitute. Our x is 13. Yung nakuha nating sagot sa x kanina is 13. Dadagdagan lang natin ng 1 since plus 1 po ito. So, magiging 14 na po siya. Okay? And step 5 is to check. Tingnan natin kung tama yung sagot natin. Since 13 and 14 are consecutive integers, well, this is satisfied. Next one is the sum should be 27. Pag pinag-add ba natin si 13 tsaka 14, magiging 27? Yes. Okay? In fact, if we're going to substitute it here in the original equation, it will be the same. Parang yung ginagawa natin in solving linear equation in our previous lesson. So in our conclusion or our interpretation, we can say that the first number is 13 and then the second number is 14. Okay, let's have example number 2. Let's read. The difference between two number is 45. The larger number is 5 less than 3 times the smaller number. Find the two numbers. So ano po yung hinahanap natin? Dalawang numbers. Okay, and then the first statement says the difference between two numbers is 45. We can use this in the equation. The second statement says larger number is 5 less than 3 times the smaller number. We can use this in the representation. So unahin muna natin yung representation. Let x be equal to the smaller number. Okay, so we have here x, yung smaller number. Paano naman natin i-represent yung pangalawang number? So let's go back to the problem. Sabi dito, the difference between two numbers is 45. hindi natin pwedeng gamitin to. Pwede natin gamitin to sa equation. The larger number is 5 less than 3 times the smaller number. So, pwede itong second statement. Okay? Maghanap tayo ng statement wherein kino-compare natin yung dalawang number na hinahanap. So, pwede ito. 5 less than 3 times the smaller number. Let us translate this algebraic statement into algebraic expression. So, paano po yon? It will be 3x minus 5. Bakit? 3x is yung 3 times the smaller number. Okay? And then yung minus 5, yun na po yung 5 less than. Okay? So, it will now be the larger number. 3x minus 5. Next one is the equation. Okay, let's go back to the problem again. Etong first statement, sabi dito, the difference between two numbers is 45. Pwedeng ito po yung gamitin natin. So, pag pinag-subtract natin yung dalawang number, ang difference niya is 45. So, ito yung unang number. Siyempre, yung mas malaking number ang unahin natin. 3x minus 5 minus yung mas maliit na number which is x. Ang magiging sagot nila ay 45. Okay, now let's simplify by let us solve by simplifying the equation. So, solve for the smaller number muna. So, unahin natin ito. Pwede nating tanggalin yung parenthesis. Magiging 3x minus 5 minus x is equal to 45. We can now simplify by combining similar terms or operating yung similar terms natin. 3x minus x pwede. We can subtract 3x by x. Magiging 2x na po siya. So, 2x minus 5 is now equal to 45. Now, let us remove negative 5 by adding, ano po ang i-add natin? Yung positive 5. So, let us add positive 5 para matanggal po siya. And this is what we call the addition property of equality. So, ganun din po ang gagawin natin sa kabila. Magpa-plus 5 tayo dyan. Therefore, magiging 2x is equal now to 50 because 45 plus 5 is 50. Now, using our division property of equality, divide ulit natin si 2x by itself which is 2. 2 divided by 2. And then sa kabila din, 50 divided by 2. So we have now here x is equal to 25. Yun na po yung smaller number which is yung x. Now let us solve for the larger number which is 3x minus 5. So using our value of x, isa-substitute lang po natin siya dun sa ating representation kanina. 3x minus 5. So let us change x into 25. So gawin nating 25 sa x. 3 times 25 will be 75 minus 5. And then 75 minus 5 will be equal now to 70. Ito na po yung larger number. Now, let's double check. Okay? Sabi dyan, pag pinag-subtract natin, 70 minus 25, the answer will be 45. Yes, correct. 70 minus 25 is 45. Therefore, the smaller number is 25 and the larger number is 70. Okay, let's have example number 3. This time, this is all about a geometry problem. Okay, so let me read. A 96-meter long fence is used to enclose a rectangular playground. The length of the playground is 8 meters more than its width. Find the length and the width of the playground. So, anong hinahanap? Yung length and then yung width ng playground. Bakit? Ano ba ang shape ng playground? It's a rectangle. So, hanapin natin yung length and width ng rectangular playground. First, let's have the representation. Let x be the variable. So, ano ang x dito? Let's go back to the problem first, no? So, tingnan natin kung alin yung mga statement dito na kino-compare yung dalawang quantities na hinahanap natin. Okay? So, yung length and then yung width. So, first sentence, a 96 meters long fence is used to enclose a rectangular playground. We cannot use this. Maybe this will be used in the equation. Next statement, the length of the playground is 8 meters more than its width. Yes, ito po yung may comparison. So, ito yung gagamitin natin for our representation. So, we have here, anong mas mahaba, width or yung length? Okay, of course, yung width. Yun po ang unahin natin. X be the width of the playground. Now, it says here, sabi dito, yung length daw ay mas mahaba ng 8 meters. Okay, so how do we represent the length? We can use x plus 8. Okay, this will be equal to the length of the playground. Now, next step will be the equation. Okay, balikan natin yung first sentence. Sabi dito, a 96-meter long fence is used to enclose a rectangular playground. Pag sinabi nating enclosed, ano po ang ibig sabihin niyan? Ibig sabihin niyan is lahat ng sides ng ating rectangle ay sakop niya. Okay, so anong concept ang pinag-usapan dito? Anong concept sa geometry ang pinag-usapan dito? Is it the area or the perimeter? Okay, correct. It is the perimeter. Now, ano po ang formula ng perimeter? It's P is equal to 2L, which is the length, plus 2W, which is the width. Okay, so ito na po yung gagamitin nating equation. And in our first sentence, sabi dyan, ano ang perimeter? It's 96 meter. Okay, so napapaliputan yung ating playground ng 96 meter long fence. Okay, so our perimeter is 96 and let us substitute yung length natin, which is x plus 8 doon sa representation natin, and then yung width, which is x. Okay, so ito po yung ating equation. 96 is equal to 2 times the quantity of x plus 8 plus 2 times x. Okay, we can simplify this by distributing yung ating mga numbers dito sa labas ng parentheses. So we have here 2 times x magiging 2x, and then 2 times 8 magiging 16. Okay, dito naman 2 times x lang po yan, kaya magiging 2x. Okay, now we are going to solve for the width first, yung value po ng x. Okay, doon sa representation natin, x is the width of the playground. So anong pwede nating i-combine dito sa ating equation? Yes, we can combine 2x and then 2x, so magiging 4x na po siya. Okay, plus 16. Now take note, if you notice, nasa right side po yung ating variable, which is x. So pwede naman dito lang siya muna and then saka na lang natin ilipat later on. So ang goal natin is ma-isolate yung ating variable x. So meron po tayong 16 na constant dito. What are we going to do para matanggal si 16? We can actually subtract itself. Okay, ito po yung subtraction property of equality natin. Or pwede rin naman pong APE, we can just add the additive inverse, which is negative 16. So 16 minus 16 will be 0. Okay, yun din po ang gagawin natin dito sa isang side natin. So we have here 96 minus 16. It will now be 80. Okay, at ang naiwan dito sa right is 4x. Now, we have here 80 is equal to 4x. Para matanggal yung 4 dito, we can just divide it by itself. So, magiging 4 divided by 4, 80 divided by 4 using the division property of equality. Now, 80 divided by 4 will be 20. Okay, so x is equal to 20. Symmetric property, pwede nating baliktarin. Ilagay natin sa left side si x and then sa right side si 20. X will now be equal to 20. Okay, this is our first, ito po yung quantity na hinahanap natin, yung width. Okay, now for the second quantity, which is the length, we just use the representation x plus 8 and then substitute natin si 20 sa x. Magiging 20 plus 8. Therefore, the length will be 28. Okay, so we can double check these answers by just substituting it in the original equation. Dito po sa ating original equation. At kung magiging equal sila, then our answer will be correct. Okay, so yes, therefore, the width is 20 meters and the length is 28 meters. Okay, next example, another geometry problem. Okay, so let me read. The supplement of an angle measures 40 degrees more than twice its complement. Find the measure of the angle. So first, ano ang hinahanap? Yung measurement ng angle. So isa lang po ang hinahanap dito. It's just the measure of the angle. Pero ano yung mga given natin? We have here 40 degrees. Ano po itong 40 degrees na ito? It's 40 degrees more than twice its complement. So take note of the word complement, pati na rin po yung supplement dito. So you have to remember the supplement and complement in our angles. Okay, angle pairs. So una, let's have the representation. Okay, let x be the measure of unknown angle. So yun yung hinahanap natin. And then, let 90 minus x be the measure of its complement? Bakit 90 minus x? Okay, remember, ang complementary angles, if you add two angles together and they form 90-degree angle, yun po yung tinatawag nating complementary angles. So, reverse process, kung ima-minus lang natin yung isang angle, makukuha natin yung complement niya. So, 90 minus x will be the complement. Next one, how about the supplement? So, it is 180 minus x. Okay, take note, supplementary angles are two angles that when you add together, magiging 180 degrees. So, yung reverse niya rin, kapag i-minus lang natin yung isang angle, you will also get the supplement. Alright? Now, what will be the equation? Okay, balikan natin yung first statement. The supplement of an angle measures 40 degrees more than twice its complement. So, ibig sabihin, ito po yun. So, supplement is equal to 40 plus 2 times the complement. Okay? So, let us substitute the values. Yung supplement natin is 180 minus x. So, 180 minus x. Yung complementary angle natin is 90 minus x naman po sa ating representation. So, therefore, ito na po yung ating equation. We can simplify this first. Pwede nating i-distribute itong 2 times the quantity 90 minus x dito. So, we have here 2 times 90, it will be 180. And then 2 times negative x will be minus or negative 2x. 40 plus 180, pwede nating i-add kaagad ito. So, it will be 220. Okay, next one, we have here negative x tsaka negative 2x. Pagsasamahin natin yan. And then 180 tsaka 220, pagsasamahin din natin yan. So, anong una nating ililipat? Okay, pwedeng ang unahin natin dito is tanggalin natin si negative 2x dito. Okay, para mapunta siya dito sa left side. Okay, so using our addition property of equality, we can remove negative 2x by adding the additive inverse. So, magiging 0 po yan. So, therefore, dito sa left side, madadagdagan ng 2x, okay, plus 2x. Therefore, we can now combine these two terms. Negative x plus 2x, it will be positive x, okay? And then we have here 180 tsaka 220. Pwede nating pagsamahin yan by removing 180 here on the left side using subtraction property. Mag-subtract tayo ng 180 para matanggal po yan at maiwan lang si x, okay? So, therefore, we also subtract 220 by 180. So, magiging x now will be equal to 40. Okay, therefore, the measure of the angle is 40 degrees. Okay, for example number 5, this will be all about money problem. So let me read the problem. Anna and Bea have 450 pesos in total. If Anna has 90 pesos more than Bea, how much does each have? Okay, so here we can represent first the variable. Okay, we can represent the unknown. So una, we have here ano ba ang mas maliit na quantity? Kanino ang mas maliit yung pera? Okay, kaninong pera yung mas maliit? So we have here Anna or Bea. So let X be Bea's money kasi siya yung mas maliit ang pera. Next, magkano yung pera ni Anna? It is more than Bea's money. 90 pesos more than Bea's money. So it will be X plus 90. So ito po yung pera ni Anna. Now for the equation, we have x plus, the quantity x plus 90 is equal to 450. Why? Basing on our first sentence, Anna and Bea have 450 pesos in total. Pag pinag-add natin yung pera nilang dalawa, it will be 450. So Bea's money is x, Anna's money is x plus 90. We can now remove the parentheses here. Pwedeng maging 2x plus 90. Okay, pag tinanggal natin yung parentheses dyan and then we add x plus x, it will be 2x. Okay, plus 90 is equal to 450. Now, let us solve for Bea's money first, which is yung variable x. Okay, now, here, 2x plus 90, tanggalin lang natin si 90 dito sa left side. So, magiging minus 90 yan using subtraction property. And then, sa kabilang side, 450 minus 90 pesos din. So, magiging 360. Okay, naiwan yung 2x dito. To remove 2, we can just divide both side by 2. And then, therefore, x will now be equal to 360 divided by 2. It is 180. Okay, now to solve for Anna's money, we can just substitute, okay, here in the representation, x plus 90. X will now be 180. So 180 plus 90, it will be 270. So if we're going to check this, pwedeng i-add mo ito. Since sabi sa first sentence, pag pinag-add natin, magiging 450. Tama ba? 180 plus 270, yes, it will be 450. Okay, now, therefore, Bea has 180 pesos and then Anna has 270 pesos. Okay, let's have example number 6, another money problem. Okay, let me read. Lara keeps her savings in a jar containing 50 pesos and 100 peso bills. The total amount of money is 4,250. The number of 50 peso bills is 5 more than twice the number of 100 peso bills. How many bills of each kind does Lara have? So, ang hinahanap dito is kung ilang piraso ang 50 pesos and then ilang piraso yung 100 peso bills. Okay? And then yung total nila, it will be 4,250. Okay, so in representing the unknown, okay, take note, maghanap tayo ng statement dito or sentence na kino-compare yung dalawang quantities. So I think this is the third sentence. The number of 50 peso bill is 5 more than twice the number of 100 peso bill. So ano yung mas madaming quantity? Is it the 100 peso bill or the 50 peso bill? Okay, it will be the 100 peso bill. So yun po yung maggagamitin natin as X. Yun po yung i-represent natin as X. Okay, now for the 50 peso bill, okay, take note, okay, 5 more than twice the number of 100 peso. So how are we going to represent this verbal statement? It will now be 2x plus 5. Okay, twice, so 2x. And then 5 more than, ibig sabihin plus 5. Kaya 2x plus 5. It will be the number of 50 peso bills. Now for the equation, going back to the first two sentences, sabi dito, the total amount of money is 4,250. Ibig sabihin, pag pinag-add po natin yung dalawang klase ng bills, and then it will be 4,250. But take note, okay, multiply lang natin siya. 100 times the number of 100 peso bill is 100x. Okay? And then yung 50 peso bill is 2x plus 5. Okay, itong dalawang ito po yung numbers of bills. Okay, ito po yung bill, 100 peso bill. Ito po 50 peso bill. Imumultiply natin sa number nila. Okay, kaya ganito po yung ating equation. It is now equal to 4,250. Okay, so again, we can distribute this 50 times 2x and then 50 times 5. Kaya magiging, we have 50 times 2x, it's 100x, and then 50 times 5, it will be 250. Okay, equals 4,250. Okay, solve muna natin yung number of 100 peso bill. So, yun yung x. Okay, now we can simplify this by adding common terms or similar terms. So, 100x plus 100x will be 200x. Okay, plus 250, it's equal to 4,250. Now, we can remove 250 here, okay, by subtracting itself, 250. So, magiging 0. Sa kabila naman, we can subtract it again by 250. Okay, therefore, magiging 4,000 na po siya. And then, here, we can divide 200x by 200, both sides. Okay, therefore, our x will be 20. Okay, 4,000 divided by 200 is 20. Ano po yung 20? Yun po yung number of 100 peso bills. Now, for the number of 50 peso bills, it is 2x plus 5. So, substitute lang po natin dito sa representation natin or sa expression natin. 2x plus 5, gawin nating 20 yung x. So, 2 times 20. And then, it will be, 2 times 20 is 40 plus 5, it will be 45. So, the number of 50 peso bill is 45. So, therefore, Lara has 20 pieces of 100 peso bills and then 45 pieces of 50 bills in her jar. Okay, another common type of problem on linear equation in one variable is the age problem. Okay, let's have this example. The age of Carla is 6 less than twice the age of Diane. The sum of their ages is 48. Find their ages. Okay, so let's represent their age. Let X be the age of Dayan. Okay, kung sino po yung mas bata, yun po yung X, ano? And then for the age of Carla, we can use the first statement. Sabi dito, 6 less than twice the age of Dayan. So using this verbal statement, 6 less than twice the age of Dayan, which is X, we can have 2x minus 6 as its algebraic expression. Ito yung age of Carla. Okay, next, using the second sentence, the sum of their ages is 48, we can now formulate the equation. So, pag pinag-add natin tong dalawang to, it will be 48. So, x plus 2x minus 6, it will be 48. Okay, we can remove the parenthesis here. It will be x plus 2x, kaya magiging 3x. Okay, so 3x minus 6 is equal to 48. Okay, by removing negative 6 here, we can use the addition property of equality. Negative 6 plus its additive inverse positive 6 is equal to 0. And then, yung 48, magpa-plus din po tayo ng 6 dyan. So, magiging 3x is now equal to 54. Okay, we can now divide 3x and 54 by 3. There you go. At ang may iwan ay x is equal to 18. Okay, ito na po yung age of Dayan. Okay, now how about the age of Carla? So using 2x minus 6, we can substitute the value of x is 18. So 2 times 18 will be 36. Minus 6, it will now be 30. Okay, so the age of Carla is 30. Therefore, Carla is 30 years old and Dayan is 18 years old. Okay, for our last example, let's have a problem on motion. Okay, so pagdating sa motion, it talks about the speed. So tatlo po yung factors dito, yung speed, or yung rate, or yung distance, and then yung time. So let me read the problem first. A bus leaves the terminal at 50 kilometers per hour. 3 hours later, a van leaves the same terminal at 70 kilometers per hour, following the same route. How long will it take for the van to overtake the bus? So, ano po ang tinatanong dito? How long will it take for the van to overtake the bus? Yung oras po ang tinatanong dito. And take note, ano po yung unang nag-travel? It's the bus. Okay, nag-travel siya with a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. And then sumunod po yung van after 3 hours. Ano po yung speed niya? It's 70 kilometers per hour. So, ilang oras bago ma-overtake nung van yung bus na nauna. Okay, so let's have the solution. Okay, first, okay, let us represent. Okay, i-represent natin yung unknown. Since ang hinahanap natin is yung time, or because we are looking for the time, we will be using letter T to represent the time. But here, anong time po ang kailangan natin? It's the time in hours the van travels before overtaking the bus. Okay, why? Kasi in order for us to know the time para ma-overtake nung van yung bus, dapat malaman muna natin yung time para maging equal yung distance nilang dalawa. Okay? Kung parehas yung distance na na-travel nila. Ano yung time na yon? So, in order to do that, we have to remember that the distance when it comes to speed is equal to rate times time. Okay, so dito sa equation, gagawa lang po tayo ng equation wherein magiging equal yung distance nilang dalawa. Okay, and then take note, distance is equal to rate times time. So ano ba yung time ng bus muna? So yung time ng bus, since nauna siya ng 3 hours, it will be t plus 3. So ano yung rate niya? Ano yung speed niya? It's 50. So again, distance is equal to rate times time. So 50 times time, which is t plus 3, yung time ng bus. Equal siya doon sa rate ng ating van, which is 70 kilometers. Okay, times yung time niya na hindi natin alam. So it is unknown. Okay, now this will be our equation. This time, let us distribute itong 50 times the quantity of t plus 3. So 50 times t is 50t. And then dito naman 50 times 3 is 150. Okay? Next is pagsamahin natin yung similar terms. Okay, either way, pwedeng si 50 ang ilipat dito sa right side or si 70t ang ililipat sa left side. Okay, so dito, ang ililipat natin is si 50t. So we can remove 50t, subtract it by itself. So magiging 0 po yan. So 70t, let's subtract it also by 50t. Okay, kaya nalipat na po yung 50t natin. Next, naiwan si 150. Next, pwedeng pagsamahin ito. 70t minus 50t, it will be 20t. Okay, next, we can remove 20 by dividing itself. Magiging 20 divided by 20 para maging 1. 150 divided by 20 magiging 7.5. Okay, baliktarin lang natin. It will be 7.5 hours. Okay, ano po itong 7.5 hours na ito? Ito na po ba yung time na ma-overtake ng van yung bus? Hindi po. Ito lang po yung time na magiging equal na po yung distance nila. So, para ma-overtake niya, it will be more than 7.5. So, therefore, the van will catch up to the bus after 7 hours and 30 minutes of travel. So, pag nadagdagan na po kahit isang minuto, we can now say that the van overtook the bus. Okay, ito po yung ating final answer. Okay, for you to practice, I have here some exercises. You can do this on your own. This is similar to our examples a while ago. So, pwede nyong balikan yung mga examples natin kung kailangan nyo pang balikan. And then, you can just do this. And then, later, you can go back to the video and then play para po makita nyo yung ating solution. Okay, I hope you are now ready. I will just show you the solution. Kayo na po bahalang mag-check on your own. So we have here the solution for number 1. Okay, next, the solution for number 2. You can just pause this video anytime you want. Okay, and then next, the solution for number 3. And then number 4. And then last is number 5. So I hope nakuha nyo po ng tama yung mga sagot dito. Okay, if you want further exercises for you to master our topic, you can actually answer our activity here. And then, ito po yung second part, number 5 to 8. So 8 items po ito. Now, if you want to check this, you can check this with your teachers later on, especially if they are using our PowerPoint presentations. But for now, I have to say bye. Thank you for listening. I hope meron po ulit kayong natutunan sa ating mga examples. Okay, and see you on our next video. Bye-bye and God bless po. Kung meron kang natutunan sa video na ito, please click the subscribe button to support this channel para mas matulungan ulit kita sa mga susunod mo pang math lessons. Lagi mong tatandaan, ang math ay para sa lahat. At ako si Teacher Van, nagsasabing dito sa Math Isip, lamang ang nag-iisip. God bless and see you on the next video. Bye-bye.